Let me tell you a story. An experience that I went through some years ago. It's something like 6 years ago while I was in Johannesburg. I used to live on the south part of Johannesburg, but the south part that's pretty close to the central Johannesburg. So I have family in eastern Johannesburg, which is also close to the central part of Johannesburg. So I decided on that particular day that I will take a walk from that southern part of Johannesburg through the central Johannesburg to the eastern side of Johannesburg. That was quite, it wasn't really too long at all because I love taking walks to clear up my mind. And also I wanted to pass through central Johannesburg to just check something out. So along the way, as I'm walking, when you're walking, you just, you even dream walk because it was just a fun dream walk for me. Suddenly I realized there is a group or a bunch of guys approaching me from that far direction. I'm like, okay, now I'm getting interested. And these guys seem to be running into this garage, this petrol station. And, in my mind, I was like, there's something here that is happening. It's either there's a fight or these guys are going to rob this garage or something like that. So the best thing to do is to avoid this side of the road. So let me cross to the other side of the road. And as I was crossing to the other side of the road, one of the guys who's part of the group says, there he is. He is one of them. And all hell broke loose. These guys left whatever they were about to do to the garage and ran straight at me. And honestly, what would I do? The default is to run, fight or flight. And this is a bunch of guys. It looks like it's more than 10, 15 or so. Well, I was scared. So, when you're frightened, you would even think it's 100 guys. But it was a bunch. It was more than close to 20. And then what do? I ran for dear life. But then unfortunately, that's in an industrial area. So it doesn't have many, passageways for you to cross to the other side. Shortcuts, if I may call them. So I ran straight into some business premises, tried to hide inside, but this is a group of guys who were just, it's a mob actually. So, the owners of the premises eventually told them that I went in, and so they allowed them inside to look for me. Look for me until they found me. And oh my, I got a thorough beating of a lifetime. These guys beat the crap out of me. They beat the crap, sticks, button sticks, whatever projectiles that they had, they hit me. I was on the ground and they holding me by the belt, and the belt broke and they threw it away, and the phones that were in my pockets, 2 phones, they were broken by the sticks that they were hitting me with, and they didn't care, but they hit the daylight out of my flipping body. And why am I dying? Why am I being killed? All the times they're like, you're one of them. I'm like, I am not one of them. I'm trying to explain, but hey, tell it to the mountains. Here is a mob that you don't even understand what's up. It was until later on when they explained to me that during those days, during that week, there was an industrial action by petrol attendants. So these guys were walking garage by garage, checking who is not heeding their industrial action. It was a strike. So I was caught up. So, hey, the guys were like, you know what? We are going to kill you today. You are the people that we're looking for. You are the people that are supposed to be supporting this cause, but you do the opposite. We are going to kill you. like, oh my, I'm gonna die today. And then they assimilated me into their mob as they were walking filling station, petrol station by petrol station, or garage by garage, whatever you call them. And they were like, we were watching you. When we're done today, you will be done. Can you imagine the fear? I was so afraid. I was so, the anxiety, all the emotions that were just. But then as we were walking, something within just told me. It didn't even, it's not like a voice. I won't be lying if I would say I heard a voice. But then there was this peacefulness that engulfed me. Peacefulness within. And then I guess it radiated outside, because suddenly they sort of like left me alone. I guess that peacefulness attracted this guy who seemed to be their leader. He comes to me and says, I heard you speaking the way how you were engaging these guys. Surely you cannot be a patrol attendant. I'm not saying anything bad about patrol attendants and stuff, but he was like, you don't sound like a patrol attendant. And I would want to believe your story. And then so he asked me, about my story. I tell him, hey, I was just taking a walk. I was coming actually from this side, which is pretty close. And I was going that other side, passing through this place and then going the other side. He's like, oh, okay. I get your story. I believe you and I want to help you. But I cannot speak to these people because there is no way you can try to negotiate your way out of this guy. So what I will do is, as you can see now, we're going to that petrol station, that garage, and it's on the other side of the road, and everybody now is focused on that side. So what you could do is you keep walking here. There's a small shopping complex. So what you do when you reach that shopping complex, make sure that you disappear. But please don't run, because if you run, you start attracting attention again, just like you did last time. So this is how I survived the mob. This peacefulness within that attracted the attention of the leader, who then committed to helping me, was my sole ticket out of the disaster that had befallen me. I don't even want to imagine what was going to happen to me. But here I am telling the tale. So why am I telling you this story? Last time we spoke about awareness, and we said the first question that you're supposed to ask yourself in order for you to be more aware is, who am I? And I'd say that I am going to give you, strategies and exercises that you need to practice for you to be more aware and deepen your awareness. But this is the story that I hope is going to help you understand how you can utilize this awareness, especially asking yourself, who am I? This peacefulness that I experienced is not just an ordinary peacefulness. It is that which is always within you. That you can call upon. That which you can rest upon. It is the emptiness that is within. And most of the times, we always chasing happiness. What is happiness? Who defines happiness? That's why we get attached to material things. These challenges that are so common nowadays on social media are just challenges on who's doing it better. Who's got the fairest, who's got the biggest, who's got the smallest, who's got the tiniest, who's got all these other comparatives that you can ever think of. These are the things that get us depressed, because all the times you trying to outshine the other, all the times you're trying to be better than the other. why don't you just focus on this peacefulness that is within you? And that peacefulness that is within you is actually the real you. And if you manage to do that, if you manage to rest on that peacefulness that is within, you will never have a problem in your life. And this is who you are. The real you is that peacefulness that does not need any decoration. That peacefulness that is unending. That peacefulness that does not even need any definition. It doesn't need a name. Who you are it has nothing to do with what you're wearing, what you look like, or the past, or even the future. Who you are is this present now that is infinite, that is ungraspable, instead of these other contracts that have been created to bind you. And these are the chains that you need to free yourself from. Free yourself from your past and free yourself from your future through just settling in the now. Undefinable peacefulness that will never, never let you down. All the cyberbullying that is happening all over this world will pass. All the good, so-called good things that are happening in this world, they will pass. And even the bad things will pass, because these are experiences that are fluctuating. But this peacefulness, so how do you then sustain this peacefulness? Because for me, during that experience, it's one of those rare, encounters with it. But then you can bring it through by just sitting and experiencing even your thoughts. Experiencing your thoughts and just waiting and saying, you know what, let me see what thought is going to come. The moment you experience that, the moment you think like that, you realize that I am the one who's thinking. And the thought is an experience. So you get detached from these things. You realize that they must not define you. Your thoughts must not define you. Your emotions must not define you. Your images in your mind must not define you. Just as the sensations must not define you. That peacefulness, find it. You don't even need to find it. Just let everything go. Let everything flow. And you will find it. My name is Ngoba Win. Thank you so much. This is Today I Am Wealthy. Hopefully you enjoy this. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share this content and support us. We will always support you. Thank you so much.